Game Storm. We're here Sunday Night Modern. It's me, Tom Denby, my boy Jacob. Ready for some Modern. Round one, we're going to have, what is it? Pelt Collector Zoo versus Humans.
Should be a fun one.
Yep. What's your analysis on the match, man? Who do you think's got the edge?
I think Humans is actually like pretty heavily favored in this kind of matchup. They're both like aggro decks, but Death Shadow is going to deal a lot of damage to himself. So Pelt Collector Zoo is all about the like Pelt Collector plus Vexing Devil and Death Shadow interaction.
Right.
Those cards just like grow Pelt Collector so quick.
And Humans is going to be able to make those make creatures at the same speed, as big, and be able to disrupt them in the process. So I do think you're right. Humans does just have an advantage in this matchup.
The interactions that Humans is going for just allow him to go completely over the top of Pelt Collector.
Right.
Like sometimes he like actually just flies over him, and other times like Meddling Mage and Reflector Mage are like blowouts.
Right. I expect Mantis Rider to be very big in this matchup. Especially if Josh can go like turn one. Nope, he's got nothing on turn one maybe. Oh yeah, there he is, a Champion of Perish. I thought I saw him pass the turn there.
I think the only chance Quinn really has in this matchup is to just like go with like nut draws. Like the classic like oops, burning tree, bushwhacker.
Right. And that may not even matter if Josh can go fast too.
Yeah.
I think if both decks are trying to do what they're trying to do, Josh is just going to win.
Yeah. The like Pelt Collector or Death Shadow deck is like pretty mediocre to interaction.
Correct. You can see he's already dealing himself some damage here. Kind of just going to do half of Josh's job for him.
Starts with Temple Garden. Probably going to play Wild Nacatl or Pelt Collector here.
I'm assuming Pelt Collector on one's probably just always what this deck's going to do.
There are some draws when you like know your opponent is on like damage-based removal, where you're like, I want to bait it out with Wild Nacatl.
Fair enough.
But like, generally Pelt Collector is correct.
Cyclist Street Wraith here. Quinn making sure Josh knows what his cards are there.
Yeah.
Making sure the classic Collector can look at him right in the eye.
Yeah, the classic old school player. I leave it so you can read it.
Waiting for the lands to come up front. So Josh, it looks like he's got some options here. I can see a Meddling Mage and a Kite Sail Freebooter in his hand. Yeah, that seems about right there. Maybe nab a... Let's see what he's got here. 2 Death Shadows, it looks like, a Wild Nacatl, and a Reckless Bushwhacker there.
Yeah, he's not going to get to name anything or take anything here, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see a Meddling Mage name either Bushwhacker or Death Shadow.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. And getting that information and just letting Josh sculpt the rest of his game plan around that is... You can't really put a price on that.
Yeah.
So we're going to see here, Quinn is going to really need some help if he wants to win this game. His hand isn't really all that impressive. He's going to put a lot of power and toughness into play, but Josh is going to do that, and his creatures are just simply better.
Yeah, by like a long shot. Evasion means a lot, and the like build 'em up strategy that Humans is able to employ is just like way too good against people who are trying to go wide.
Yeah, because Humans goes wide and it goes tall, whereas Quinn is simply looking to go wide very quickly. So it's a tough decision. Quinn doesn't have any black mana in his hand that Josh knows about, but there are 2 Death Shadows, so he might look to name Death Shadow, strand 2 cards in his hand. Then again, he might not, because he has no black mana to cast it, so he might just name the Bushwhacker. Yep, and that is what he named.
I think Bushwhacker seems stronger here, because even if he does draw black mana, the best thing Quinn can be doing here is trying to play a lot of creatures alongside Bushwhacker at the same time to give them all haste.
Right, and you can see Quinn here is just blocking. That is not where this deck wants to be. Anytime they're trading creatures on defense, it's just not good for them. So it seems that his Death Shadows are going to be online here, though.
Yeah, he found the fetch land. Gonna put himself low enough, I think, with this to be able to actually play one right now.
Yeah, he's going to shock a land into play. There goes a Blood Crypt.
Yeah, that'll put him to 12, I believe, and then he's going to be able to play 1 Death Shadow as a 1/1.
Really, what I want to see from Quinn next turn, if he's going to have any chance, is either a fetch land or a street wraith into a mutagenic growth, something along those lines, to just get his life total low enough to make these guys big, 5/5s or 6/6s.
Yeah, he needs Death Shadow to require like 3 things to block and kill it.
Mm-hmm.
If Josh is able to actually like deal with it in a reasonable way, Josh is still advantaged heavily.
Correct. So, I don't know, should the Pelt Collector have gotten a counter there?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like the Death Shadow is too small.
Yeah, I think that Death Shadow is too small to have gotten a counter on the Pelt Collector. We're going to see if we can't get that resolved.
Meddling Mage, now he's going to name Death Shadow probably to strand the other one.
That is brutal.
I think our streamer is letting our in-room guy know that the Pelt Collector shouldn't have gotten a counter there.
Hopefully we're going to be able to go back here.
Ooh, and a Thalia.
Okay. John, did you let them know about that mistake?
I think Andrew's got it. Death Shadow should have been 2/2, and you grew Pelt Collector with it when Pelt Collector was a 3/3 at the time.
We might have, yeah, that.
Unless you had a life total error.
I could have had life totals wrong. Just told that it was 2 points off.
Okay, sorry about that,
maybe
chat.
that does work.
Yeah. Just trying to make sure everything goes smoothly for you here, guys.
Let's see what Death Shadow's trying to do here. Draws a card. Doesn't want to look at it. Slow rolling himself.
He knows he's in a bit of a... Not a bit. He's in a lot of trouble here.
Ooh, this Bolt seems pretty good, though.
Yeah, but realistically, what's he going to kill to get back into this game? Like, he can possibly kill the Phantasmal Image on the Death Shadow and play another Death Shadow, but I don't know if that's good enough. I mean, making another 4/4 is pretty good, and it just really depends on what that last card in Josh's hand is.
If not for that Thalia, he could be in a situation to blow up the Meddling Mage on Bushwhacker and try to get some beats in here, but he's just short 1 mana for that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like enough here. Or he could go... No, Death Shadow can't even be played this turn. Nope. You're right about that. If he doesn't kill the Meddling Mage.
This is a tough spot for Quinn, and I think this is, like, exactly how Josh wants this matchup to be going.
Correct. This is exactly how Josh drew it up. Really, all he's missing at this point is like a Mantis Rider to really put the pain on there. And he does unlock his Death Shadow, which is the correct play.
Yeah. Does that good? Whatever. I'm gonna act like I don't even know.
Yeah.
I clearly
they know more about this game than we do.
Pelt Collector has Trample though now.
Yeah, very relevant in these damage race situations.
Josh has a lot of life to play with though now.
Yeah, so these Death Shadows, they're at least a 4/4. I'm assuming it's at least a 5/5 because it grew the Pelt Collector.
Yeah.
So he's gonna chump there. Probably take some 5 damage. Now Josh is the one on the back foot here. It really depends on what the top of his deck and what that last card in hand is. Looks like he drew an Aether Vial. Ooh, and he's gonna scoop it up. 2 Death Shadows is good enough sometimes.
Yeah. Death Shadow is like the strongest card in a lot of matchups for this deck.
Right.
It's not like plan A, but sometimes decks get to have a plan B that's strong enough to do everything.
Well, you know, sometimes a 1 mana 8/8's just good enough, right?
Yeah.
I still do think, even going into boards, that Josh is probably very favored in this matchup. So over here on Quinn's side, we got 4 Ingot Chewer, 1 Fine Finality, 2 Remorseful Cleric, 2 Shriek Maw, 1 Fatal Push, 1 Burnt and Forge Tender, 1 Alpine Moon, 1 Gutshot, and 2 Grim Lavamancers. What do you like for Quinn?
I think in his board, I'm bringing in those Shriek Maws and probably Gutshot, Fatal Push maybe.
Anything that says kill target creature.
Yeah, Grim Lavamancer maybe. I don't know too much about the way this deck wants to play. It seems like some of these cards are a little bit too slow.
I think Grim Lavamancer in Game 2 against humans is right where you want to be. A lot of these creatures are just going to die to it. And he does fill up his graveyard fast enough that it's going to be relevant. If it's coming in any match, it's coming in against humans.
Yeah.
So for humans here, we got 1 Anafenza, 2 Izzet Staticaster, 2 Auriok Champion, 2 Knight of Autumn, 1 Dismember, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Sin Collectors, 2 Whirler Rogues, and 2 Gaddock Teagues. What do you like?
I like Whirler Rogue a lot here.
I agree.
The ability to just push anything past blockers is huge.
Just making a bunch of 1/1s.
Yeah. And then Dismember and Auriok Champion.
Auriok Champion seems really good in this matchup. Protection from red, exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, especially since you can gain life off Vexing Devil entering the battlefield.
Right.
And then just leave it, because now you have a blocker that has pro-red. Got it there, bud?
Sorry about that, chat. Our spotter's doing some technical work for us. But yeah, other than that, I don't think any of these cards come in. I think Josh just brings in the 2 Whirler Rogues, the 1 Dismember, stays on the plan.
Yeah.
His plans, game 1 was good enough until Quinn was able to unlock those 2 Death Shadows, which that's a pretty atypical draw for this kind of deck. They're not going to have 2 Death Shadows, and I don't think 1 would have been good enough. He really did need to have 2.
Yeah.
So I really do, unless we see another very powerful draw like that out of Josh, I'm still predicting, or Quinn, pardon me, I'm still predicting Josh will be back, or be winning.
Yeah, and Josh gets to play again this game, which is just going to be huge. The ability to preemptively Meddling Mage things and take any relevant interaction out of hand with Kitesail Freebooter is going to be huge.
Yeah. I really want to see Josh here go either turn 1 Noble Hierarch or turn 1 Aether Vial.
Yeah, he needs to be favorably winning the race to double spell.
Yeah, because Quinn, as you saw, he will put a lot of power and toughness into play and beat you. That is one thing about this Death Shadow deck. You can't ever count it out, because it will just turn the corner and immediately kill you if you're not careful.
Yeah, a lot of decks in Magic, people think of like who's the beatdown, and generally the deck that's like slow and taking the beatdown is like going to turn the corner over like 6 turns. Death Shadow just, nope, 2 turns.
Yeah, next turn, I've killed your last creature, present my Death Shadow, and say answer it or die.
Yep.
Well, it looks like we're getting ready to start up here. Hoping we can, both players keep 7, get some good games. Well,
yeah.
There you go. Commentator's curse, I guess.
Looked like a 1-lander with no Noble or Aether Vial.
1 island, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Don't see these lists playing islands often.
No. I think some lists are on 1 island because they don't like losing to Field of Ruin.
Did you see Quinn there? He just kind of threw his hand at the table.
Yeah.
I guess I'll keep it.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Seems okay. Just actual gonna kill you on turn 2.
Yeah. Ugh, only turn 2. Garbage. I see a turn 1 Noble there. That's exactly where Josh wants to be, and a Mantis Rider. Ooh, that's pretty good. I don't see a second land there, though. Oh, no, and instead he opts for the turn 1 Champion of the Parish. I'm honestly kind of surprised by this play.
I think I like it. He's got a Mayor of Averbrook in hand, so he's got the ability to swing for 3 on turn 2.
Okay. My line would have been turn 1 Noble into turn 2 Mantis Rider, but I guess both roads lead to the same place.
Yeah.
And in this line, you'll end up putting more power and toughness into play, so I could see that.
Yeah. It also lines up pretty favorably against Pelt Collector, because now you suddenly have a creature that is a 3/3 able to block Pelt Collector unless they do something crazy.
Okay. True enough.
You really don't want to let Pelt Collector get out of hand in this matchup.
No, you really don't. It'll get too big, too quick, and that trample is very relevant.
Yeah.
And not a lot of decks can make this guy go up past a 4/4. We saw in the last game, he was a 5/5, 6/6 at one point, I think.
Yeah.
So, kind of a unique function of the Death Shadow. Not any other deck in Modern is going to put an 8/8 into play. Unless they're playing Emeralds.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a Meddling Mage here. That's like interesting, but I don't like blind Meddling Mage here unless there's like a card you specifically want to keep him off of.
No, I think if you didn't go turn 1 Noble, you're on the plan of turn 2 Mayor.
Yeah.
I think you just stick to it at this point. No, he is going to go for the Meddling Mage here.
He's been on this deck for a while. I think I trust his opinion over mine.
That's true.
I wonder what we're naming here.
Death Shadow.
Death Shadow, sure. That is like hands down one of the worst cards for him to see in this matchup.
And he still does get to serve in for 2 damage. So it's not the end of the world. I might have still preferred a turn 2 Mayor there.
Yeah.
Simply wait one more turn because it's going to be hard for Quinn to get himself down below 13 and play a Death Shadow in the same turn.
Yeah. Oh, are they disputing life totals here?
Was that another Pelt Collector off the top there?
Yeah, looks like it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he gets to deploy it before he starts building his first one, so that way they grow together.
Yep. It's all about the sequencing here. I can't really tell what's in the rest of his hand. I see a Burning Tree Emissary there, too.
Burning Tree, grow it. He might just be having some, like, a big blow-up turn, too.
Yeah.
Like, just annihilate you.
That looks like a Bushwhacker maybe over there, the third card in, that red card. Pelt Collector, so he's got a red floating.
Faxing Devil, sure.
That's what that was. That's a very powerful turn, too.
It is. Not a lot of modern decks are even trying to play 3 different spells on turn 2.
Yep. Josh over there looking at a hand of Noble Hierarch Mayor and Mantis Rider. You know, if Quinn next turn untaps and can play 2 more spells, he might just steal this matchup.
Yeah.
Josh's hand isn't very impressive. He doesn't have any interaction. Quinn might just be able to go wide enough.
Yeah, Human's known for being a, like, disruptive aggro deck, and we're just seeing, like, minimal disruption, if any.
Right. There's not, you know, one Meddling Mage. There was no Kite Sail Freebooters. You know, not that that's very good in this matchup, but who knows? Maybe we were wrong about this. Maybe this Death Shadows deck is just good against Humans because they get so big.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good pickup there, though. That was a phantasmal image.
I'm not sure what he wants to copy here if he does it, though. Like, maybe Meddling Mage, but again, he's blind picking. He still doesn't know anything about Quinn's hand.
That's true. And this, you know, this all leads back to that turn 1 deciding to play a Champion of the Parish. He really slowed himself down. He still hasn't deployed that Noble Hierarch, and he's stuck on 2 lands.
Yeah.
I really think that deploying that turn 1 Noble was the correct play there.
Yeah, because then he starts swinging for 4 in the air every turn.
Correct. And being able to block profitably. And now he's completely stopped his own development from it. Got us a reader here. The old Standard All-Star. I played Naya Humans when this guy was in Standard.
Oh, it's a sweet card.
Sweet card.
You read the front side and then you read the back side and you're like, oh, these two don't synergize together. But, like, when he flips, you just love it still.
Mm-hmm. This is a 2-mana card? I remember the first time I saw it. I was like, this can't be only 2 mana.
Yeah.
This is too good.
This does too much.
Mm-hmm. Too many words. You know when a card's got too many words, it's not right.
Some other cards that have too many words, Steamkin.
Another one, Standard All-Star.
Runaway Steamkin. No thank you.
Soon to be Modern All-Star, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I think there's already a Steamkin deck brewing in Modern.
Maybe it'll start catching steam. Who knows?
Yeah. Fetches, shocks. Not sure what we're looking to do this turn, unless there's a Bushwhacker coming down.
You know, I haven't really been able to get a good look at Quinn's hand. Hopefully for him, he's got something like a Dismember or something to just unlock his hand.
If he doesn't have a Death Shadow here, though, there's, like, actually nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Ooh, Fatal Push. He's got a Bushwhacker. Now he gets to deploy it. Oh, Wild Nikotl.
He's really turning the heat up here. That's an attack for 7, 9. That's a lot. Yeah, this is looking like Quinn's just going to be able to pick up this match here. And the mutagenic growth.
Jeez.
What a blowout. You know, going into this matchup, we were talking about how Humans we thought was going to be favored, but both of these games, Quinn has just looked completely dominant.
Yeah, I don't know if I misread the matchup, but
We might have.
Was just doing nothing.
In game 1, he looked good. You know, game 2, I think that turn 1 really did mess up his game plan for the entire game. He never found a third land until just now. But game 1, he really did what he was trying to do. He started faster than Quinn, and Quinn just was able to eventually play 2 big Death Shadows and win. And you see him, he's extended the hand. The game's over. Quinn's going to pick it up there 2-0.
Jeez. That's a fast match, too.
Yeah. Deck's very good.
Yeah, both of those decks are really quick. They don't make board stalls very well either.
No. So we're going to see if we can't get another match in there for you. We'll be right back. I will at least.
Yeah. Well, now that the match is over, what'd you think of that chat? Was an interesting matchup. Death Shadow player gonna come in here. All right.
Someone's going in there.
A second to get out, so you guys don't get it.
Just a second.
While we're waiting, there's some big events this weekend and next. Oh, never mind. We got the player.
What's up?
Congratulations on the win. So I hear you're new to the deck.
Yeah, brand new.
How did you like that matchup?
I actually was pretty scared when I first saw it was humans. But his champions never got out of control, and I just buffed my dudes faster.
Yeah. Did you think that there was like a particular card in that matchup that you were like looking for the whole time?
Pelt Collector.
Pelt Collector, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I brought in all the removal game 2. Grim Lavomancers, Gut Shot, Fatal Push.
Yeah.
Just keep him low on creatures. As long as I had more dudes on the board, I was winning. So.
There was the pivotal turn in game 1 where he had the 2 meddling mages out.
Sure.
What was going through your head as you started that turn before you got rid of the 1 meddling mage?
Immediately seeing that I was constricted on mana because of Thalia, and that ruined the play I wanted to make, which was Lightning Bolt his dude and then Bushwhacker, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
So, like, that's where my mind went right away. I'm like, wow, fucking lethal. Kill the Death Shadow guy, play that. Yeah, that was just the right play to get the Death Shadow in play again. Bigger dudes, pumps Pelt Collector.
Yep. Yeah.
I thought that was better than, for the Bushwhacker. I thought that was it was a little bit slower going for the Bushwhacker kill.
Sure. In that matchup, was there anything like you tried to mulligan for, like aggressively, or were you just content to try your hands as they were?
Yeah, game 1 was a loose keep, so to speak.
Sure.
Wasn't too fiery, but I think it had was that Pelt Collector?
Yeah, you had a Pelt Collector.
Game? Yeah, so auto keep.
Yeah.
But no, when I mulled game 2, yeah, it was like Goblin Guide was my creature to get there,
Sure.
and that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So I was looking for like a Nocti Pelt Collector, or like a Death Shadow.
Sure.
with a Street Wraith or something.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on winning. Good luck in the next rounds.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks for the interview.